Okay, big week. King of the Ring is really ramping up now. Monday Night Raw, we've got the debut of Daniel Bryan. We've got Randy Orton and William Regal. Over on Smackdown, you're going to see Van Dam versus Steiner and Chris Jericho versus Christian. King of the Ring is flying.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 04 War. Look at this consistently putting out videos. What is this? It's going to end soon, I'm sure of that. Yeah, it's going to be a good week this. A good episode, hopefully. Monday Night Raw has got some packed out episodes and, well, matches. And then Smackdown has certainly got the same as well. So it's 1-0 to Raw going into this. Let's see who is going to get the King of the Ring, or at least make a step towards King of the Ring. Let's go. Okay, we open Monday Night Raw on the pre-show with Samoa Joe. I didn't quite give him a gimmick. I think we need to change his gimmick. We can have a look at that. Samoa Joe is in the WWE. I won match of the month last month. So I thought Madison Square Garden, New York City. Let's debut Samoa Joe on the pre-show. So it's not on TV. He is not officially debuted. I just want to see what he'd do. He put in a 56 on his debut. Impressive. I
mean, the image of seeing him there what's it called? Muscle Buster.
Yeah, and we need to change his finish again because Island Driver. I don't know what that is, but we need the Muscle Buster.
It's a Muscle Buster, but the idea of doing it on like a very small Spike Dudley would look very incredible. So that's very good. I think that's a great first match for him.
Yeah, very good. 54, pretty good. Also on the pre-show, Hurricane and Rosie picked up a victory this time against Akio and Nunzio. Just get the crowd hyped a bit. They love them. The superhero splash. Nikki is not happy. 50. Right, move on to the main show then. We're going to open, and you ask if I'm feeling okay. We're opening Monday Night Raw with, say it quietly, in-ring action. Crazy. King of the Ring, quarter final of the Raw side. It is Randy Orton against William Regal. I'm excited for this one. I think this one will be pretty good. Like, if this gets into the 80s, I'm happy. Let's see what it can do. Regal and Orton, who's going through? Randy Orton for an 82. I'm very happy with that. Pretty good chemistry. Lifts the match. 78 for Regal. Randy Orton 90. Very good from Mr. Orton. And he gets through. Says the RKO. I've got written here, he gets a roll up using the ropes to advance. Cheats Regal out of it in a way because he's a heel. And Regal has cheated in his life, so having it done to him.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the brass knucks.
Thought about it, but didn't. Randy Orton gets the win. Randy Orton's through. So Randy Orton will face the winner of Test and Daniel Bryan next week. Orton, King of the Ring. Could he? King Randall.
Doesn't sound. I gotta be honest. If you're going to call it, I don't like the King Randall. It just doesn't. It has a nice ring to it, but the idea if you win the King of the Ring, I'm all for that.
We'll see. 82. Backstage, a very angry John Cena is waiting in the parking lot for JBL. Last week, of course, Cena was laid out by JBL. This week, Cena's looking for revenge, and as soon as JBL turns up, he's got a fight on his hands. 97, just a little bit of a segment to say, watch this space, guys. Watch this space.
Has he got a weapon? I'm assuming he's got his chain.
He's got his chain. This isn't John Cena looking for a match or being a wrestler. This is John Cena, the man, looking for a fight.
I mean, if you really wanted to push it, you should put a situation that he's wearing street gloves. He's not wearing his wrestling gear.
He basically wears street clothes anyway.
I know, but really put it across this guy's he's not here for a wrestling match, he's here for a fight.
Yeah. 97 though, good. Backstage, Chavo and Matt Morgan are cutting a promo on Paul London and Spanky Paul London and Spanky attack for a 51. The referee split it up. Randy Savage walks into view and says, that's enough of this chaos. This isn't Smackdown. This doesn't happen on Monday Night Raw. And he says, you guys can settle this next week. Next week, Chavo Guerrero versus Spanky. Of course, Paul London is already going to be involved in a match next week with the Cruiserweight Gold Rush final. So it's going to be Chavo and Spanky next week.
Well, there's no need for that style jab at SmackDown. There was no need for that.
I don't even have it written down. It just felt right. Okay.
That's it. I think I need to. I think you should declare. Or I was gonna say declare war, but I mean you've declared another war. That was uncalled for. That was very unprofessional.
So Paul London is into the final of the Cruiserweight Gold Rush tournament. Who joins him? Will it be Maven or will it be Matt Hardy? Let's find out right now. It's Maven for a 60. That's good. A good match again, mainly because of Matt Hardy, right? Matt Hardy's been a good hand again. Very good. The implosion. What the hell's that? That's a good. We're going to Google that after later on. But yeah, to be fair, I never knew what Maven's finisher was. I always felt like DDT. That's because he never won matches, I think. So Maven gets the win though here, and the reason I've done that is I'm going to do a face versus face final, but it kind of makes sense here. You've got a heel champion awaiting them. If I'd have put Matt Hardy in the final, you guys know Matt Hardy isn't winning the final.
Well, no.
Right?
So
Paul London, Maven, either of those would be a good challenger for Chavo Guerrero.
I mean, would just a fun game logistic there, would that affect the game? Scoring
face versus face, you get away with a bit more. Heel versus heel is an absolute no-no.
Okay, just thought I'd double check. So obviously, we've had this problems before with like matches.
Sometimes it can affect it though. Sometimes it can affect it. So we'll see. We'll see next week. But that's the match next week: Maven versus Paul London. Now, Maven saw something coming though, didn't he? And he did come. Chavo and Matt Morgan attack Maven. Look, the numbers game is against him, but out comes Paul London and Spanky to make the save. We have the faces sort of stand tall, and I don't know where Randy Savage is in here. He's not supposed to be. My bad. We have London and Maven stare each other down to end this and end the segment.
Intense. Stare down.
A little bit because look, the Cruiserweight Championship shot is on the line next week. So these guys can't be friends. They have to be foes, basically.
Okay. I mean, actually, I'm looking forward to that actually. Because I'm intrigued to see what that do scoring wise and see what you've got planned for that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I'm intrigued.
It'll be interesting. Okay, so we said Cena was waiting. Turns out though, we do have a cameraman with JBL on his way to the arena in the limo. Did you know that? We've got it. We've got it tonight. JBL
2004 cameraman, just to point out, with that massive camera.
JBL is in the limo arriving, and he's on the phone to Brock Lesnar as he's pulling in, saying, "Where are you? You're meant to be here. Where are you? Why are you late?" Before he can continue the conversation, before we hear what Brock has to say, JBL's come to a stop. JBL doesn't know what's waiting for him, and the door opens. JBL thinks it's his servant or whatever, and he's yanked out by his suit by John Cena, and Cena beats him up around the parking lot. Real vicious beatdown from Cena.
Right.
In a lot of ways, but JBL eventually crawls away, escapes, gets back in the car, and drives away very quickly. JBL has turned up. JBL has been beaten down. JBL has done a Sasha Banks, and JBL has left. Now, JBL was supposed to be involved in the main event tonight. Let's see what happens, shall we? Unprofessional from JBL.
I wasn't. Oh my god! Can't believe you said that.
91,
just a point.
Good segment, 91. I'll take it. Right, let's check in with the WWE Champion, shall we? Shawn Michaels cuts a promo on Goldberg, Brock, and Taker for 93. The interviewer says to Shawn, "Why? Why on earth would you want that match?" And Shawn says, "As champion, I have a responsibility to make this title the championship in the world. Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker are out and out stars. If I can't beat them, I shouldn't be champion." 93, Shawn Michaels explains his decision while previewing the fact that, look, this is a dream fatal four-way. Let's not beat any bones about this. It's Shawn Michaels, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, and The Undertaker in the ring at the same time, one fall for a finish.
I just love the idea that you basically went for Shawn Michaels going, he needs to prove himself when he really doesn't, but he feels like he has to prove that
Well,
he can beat.
it's not that he needs to prove himself. It's just that this championship brings certain responsibilities, brings a certain standard that the champions need to hold themselves to. If that makes sense? And that standard is taking on the best that they can every single time. So when Goldberg, Taker, and Brock step up, if Shawn Michaels was to say, nah, no thank you, that's not the champion he wants to be. This time round. 93. Okay. Speaking of Goldberg, he's in action against Mark Jindrak. And he beats Mark Jindrak for 69. Goldberg matches suffer from a lack of psychology again, which is a problem. It was only a short squash. Probably should have done a domination, if anything.
I mean, can he? This is going to be a really harsh for right? Can he pick up Mark Jindrak, or is this is all four? So he can still do a jackhammer. Right?
He can still do a jackhammer. We're all right.
Yeah,
69.
okay.
This is what it is. It's a squash for Goldberg. Post match, Goldberg's celebration is interrupted by a gong, and the lights go out, and the Undertaker's in the ring, and you think, oh God, are these about to fight again? But Taker sticks out a hand to shake. Goldberg shakes his hand. These guys show, look, respect. We respect each other. Let the best man win at King of the Ring. Just a little sign to say, look, these guys, they're still faces. They fought last week. They earned each other's respect. They don't know who the better man is in theory. They both think they're the better man. Let's find out at King of the Ring. Basically. 100 is pretty good, and it's going to lead to next week where Taker and Goldberg will team together. Basically,
I love the way you say you get 100. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So that's what I mean. He's so used to getting hundreds now. It's just like
it's pretty good. All right, let's check back in with JBL and his cameraman, shall we? Driving away in the limo because he gets a phone call from Randy Savage, and you know what? Because we can, let's show Randy Savage as well outside of the phone call this time. Savage is saying, "Get back here! Screen. This is ridiculous. This is incredibly unprofessional. You are booked in the main event. Get back here and give these fans what they deserve." And JBL says, absolutely not. This is an unsafe work environment. Ridiculous what I've had to turn up to. That thug, that deranged thug, turned up and beat me up. Absolutely ridiculous. And I will not have it. I am not coming back. And you know what? You're worried about the main event? Whatever. Brock can do it. It doesn't matter. And JBL hangs up. JBL goes home. JBL is done for the night. 91 is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it turns out, look, Shawn Michaels in the main event. JBL didn't really make sense, did it? I could always hear you thinking, yes, Brock Lesnar being in that match makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so I like that you set that up. But I mean, I honestly, if you're going to do that, I would definitely do a split screen.
Yeah, probably would be a split screen, to be fair. Probably.
It would make sense. It would make it look like it's a comedy thing, like cause that's what you do in comedy splits, like split screen type stuff, where it's like on the phone and then you got. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, I mean, I like that. Like the idea is like, come back here now, and he's like, no, are you insane? I'm getting out of it. But,
so JBL's beat Cena up once. Cena's beat JBL up. They're even. Let's see what happens next week. Time for the weigh-in. That's right, time for the weigh-in, because next week Batista and Rey Mysterio go one-on-one in the semi-final of the Raw bracket of the King of the Ring, which means we really need to hype this up. So we're going to do a weigh-in and a tail of the tape, including height, weight, accomplishments.
Put it into like inches, kilograms, properly go
what
into
we will
it.
also acknowledge as well is Rey Mysterio's WCW past here, and we'll say years as like career years as such. Rey is more experienced than Batista. We'll put that over.
All four, like the idea that you in 04 that they even would dare mention. I mean, did they ever mention it? WCW in 04?
Very rarely. I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. But we're gonna have Ric Flair out there too. Ric Flair as Batista's hype man. That's an impressive 100 if you look at that.
Ric Flair, put it this way, Ric Flair to you is what Mick Foley is to me. Put him in any segment. It just hypes everything.
Flair's going to hype him up, and Flair's going to say, how can you people really think that a god like Batista, look at him, look at the muscles, look at him. And look at this child. He's literally dressed up as a child. He is wearing a mask. I mean, it is not Halloween, Mr. Mysterio. It is not Halloween. You are not a child. But what you have done is made a grave mistake, because next week, the career of Rey Mysterio comes to an end. And we do the weigh-in, we put it all over, and then Rey Mysterio finally has enough of Rick, so punches Rick in the face. Well, bad move, Rey Mysterio, Batista, with the Batista Bomb through the table that's set up in the ring. Oh, a Batista Bomb on the scales through the table. Oh. Ouch.
I mean, I've got a little feel that it was changed. I like maybe if you like this as well, then. The idea that he hits Rick, right? But then the idea that Ric Flair gives him a low blow, because it's like it's a Ric Flair thing to do, and then you can do the whole thing with your power bomb. I just think that's more of a Rick thing, isn't it? It's like you hit that, it's just like he's playing the game. What he's going to do, isn't he?
The whole point of this segment is to tell the viewers and to tell you lot at home, and I'll be honest with this. Rey Mysterio has no chance next week. 0% chance. Look at Batista. Look at Rey Mysterio. There is no possible way Rey Mysterio could ever beat Batista. No chance at all. Yeah, don't believe it. It's never happening.
I'm surprised you didn't say no chance in hell, because
this is not a spoiler. This is a guarantee. Batista beats Rey Mysterio.
Maybe he will next week. Maybe he won't.
We'll find out. 100. Backstage, Randy Orton is cutting a promo saying that is exactly what Evolution are about. That is why Evolution are the best in the world, and that is why Evolution will be King of the Ring and WWE Champion very, very soon. Or one of them anyway. When in walks the debuting Daniel Bryan for an 86. 86 for the debuting Bryan.
Yeah, but let's be fair, that's more to do with Randy Orton.
It's more to do with Orton. Bryan walks in and says, look, you talk about Evolution being King of the Ring. Well, I promise you it won't be you. Because tonight, I'm winning my debut. I'm beating Test. And next week, Randy Orton gets eliminated.
I love the meta of that. There's so much meta in that. I love it. I mean, you got a great score, but it's just like the idea that Danny Bryan makes his debut against a Randy Orton is just right. It just I like it. I love that.
But what's important here is Bryan really steps up, and everyone's like, "Whoa, who's this kid?" And Randy Orton just looks down at him. Remember, because Orton's tall, looks down at him and just smirks and just walks away laughing so loudly, like, "Yeah, right. You've got no chance. Look at you. You're an amateur."
I just love the way he looked down at him, but the first thing he said, "But because he's tall." It's like not like literally looks down at him as well as. Like, you know,
as well
like,
as
a competitor looks down him. I like that.
So I mean the thing is, we try to tell this story that Bryan's confident, but why is he confident? No one has any idea why he should be confident. Everyone really thinks in their head there's no chance he's beating someone like Test.
Seasoned vet, like a vet,
seasoned vet like Test. Someone who beat the Undertaker last month. There's no way this kid who's been wrestling in gyms and bingo halls beats someone like Test. Right?
You'd think.
Right. Daniel Bryan beats Test for a 63. That's a pretty good debut for Daniel Bryan. I would 57.
Very good. Very good. I mean, the finish wouldn't go for a quick roll up. I would do a submission, but
I didn't want to go too soon. The idea, this is what I'm trying to say. This is meant to be an upset. We tell this story that it's an upset. Right? This shocks people. It's meant to be a shocking debut win for Bryan. Talking 1, 2, 3 Kid and Razor Ramon. I know Test isn't Razor Ramon, but like everyone's like, nah, Test is gonna win this. Test probably dominates for a while, and then Bryan just gets one. Just gets the one and gets the 1, 2, and the 3. You know what I mean?
I see. I just to be fair, it works either way.
It's very early with Bryan. We can't go all in straight away. We've got to tell this story that he's new. He's had no experience in the major leagues. He's a new, young talent. And in 2004, he's so young. Like, Bryan hasn't even done his peak indie stuff
I mean, yeah, I don't think he was even doing those great matches with McGuinness.
I think he started doing Ring of Honor stuff, but he hadn't done his peak Ring of Honor stuff. So.
No, I mean, his peak, that stuff is near the end. I think was it? Yeah, near the end of that stuff with McGuinness. That was like late summer, that feud. I mean, he was killing it, yeah. He was just becoming a recognised name in all four.
So we're going to push him more. 63. That means next week, 2 semi-finals on the Raw side. Batista, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. I am excited.
Both underdogs. Interesting.
Both underdogs. In theory, like my mind says to me, Bryan, no chance of beating Randy Orton. Rey Mysterio, no chance of beating Batista. Are we going to see Batista versus Rey Mysterio? Batista versus Randy Orton?
Or we might see Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio. We just don't know.
Any possibility. That's the beauty of King of the Ring. Let's find out next week. AJ and Booker are going to cut a promo on the tag champs, officially making their challenge. They want a title opportunity, and they want it at King of the Ring. I think is that when I'm thinking of doing the title? Yeah, I think so.
Well, what first comes to worst, you can always change it.
Yeah,
and
they're making the official title challenge. They want their shot. 76, good promo, helped by Booker, of course. This was before the main event. It's time for the 6-man. It's Booker, AJ, and Shawn Michaels against the Big Show, Jamie Noble, and Brock Lesnar. It's Madison Square Garden. Let's go home how we want to go home. Main event gets an 82.
A broken neck. Oh no. Did he do a shooting star press again? From the top?
Oh no.
I'm just put it out there, I'm assuming this is really messed up everything.
Kind of. I mean, I can book around it.
I mean, here's a question for you.
But, I mean, I'll say this now, because I know he's not going to be at SummerSlam. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar was planned for SummerSlam.
Is this the first time I've had an injury in the same?
A big injury like this, yeah.
We've had ones that basically...
He might be out for the rest of the save.
We'll obviously find out that after the... So but it's probably what's done it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's what would have brought. Well, I mean, you got AJ in there with a 64 and Jamie Noble with a 57, so it was the 82 is pretty good. I mean, Big Show, good performance. Brock, good performance. Shawn Michaels, good performance. Booker, a little low, but okay performance. I
mean, I just put out there. Could this be a situation just put out there? It's not me trying to this is not me going, look at that. It's just I'm curious. Could this be the worst possible outcome for this main event in a way?
Yeah.
Didn't get as high as you thought. Brock's out.
The injury is the problem. The injury is a major problem. It's not good. Segment rating was penalised for being disrupted by injury, and that's a major injury as well. So
I wouldn't be surprised they'd done the whole X thing.
Yeah, they would have done. They would have done, and they'd have gone to finish quickly. Let's talk about the finish though. AJ Styles gets the pin over Jamie Noble. AJ Styles wins in the main event of Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden. That was why the match was happening, for the record. Tonight in the home of the WWE, we've put over 2 new stars in Booker T and AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles.
I like it, but obviously minus the bad thing, Brock. But yeah, I mean the storyline you get around that, but it's a big blow for you. Hopefully it's just I don't know. To be fair, I could say hopefully he's not out for a while, but when he got a broken neck.
Fortunately, Brock Lesnar wasn't going to be involved in the post-match segment, because the post-match segment we really ram home this is the new star. Shawn Michaels raises the arm of AJ Styles to the Madison Square crowd. 1 second. Booker T debuted a new hotspot.
So there you go. There's a positivity there, isn't it?
Brock sustained a broken neck. Brilliant. And the post-match angle, putting over AJ as a star for the future. 99. Good way to end the show. Monday Night Raw, then. It's hard to say what it's going to get, actually. We've had some decent stuff, but
I would say
to 94. 91?
Maybe similar score I got, because my main event got the similar score, so...
Yeah, maybe. Let's find out.
Find
Raw, Madison Square Garden, 91. I mean, I've called it. Twice in a row
nice.
now.
That's I mean, to be fair, if I look at it from my concept, from my end, it gives me a little bit of hope because I think I've got an interesting show booked. So, but yeah, I mean that thing with Brock, I mean that sucks, man. Hopefully, we'll find. I guess we'll find out next Raw what happened. I assume.
I mean, he's going to be out for a long time.
Yeah,
It's a broken neck. He's going to be out at least 6 months.
I mean, how long? I mean, Big E got a bit of broken neck, and he's out. He's been out for what?
Big E's going to be out for another year at least. Probably.
But no, one's too good. Let's see if I can beat that. But yeah, it sucks with Brock, man. That does kind of suck.
I'm thinking of a backup plan. So let's. Okay, Smackdown from Madison Square Garden. Are you working up there, Stu? Your camera on?
Yeah, it's working. But no Mark I don't, don't know. I mean, no Mark Henry's around. I don't think he is. So hopefully he doesn't do anything crazy to my camera this time. So,
starting the pre-show, La Resistance get a win over Stevie Richards and Val Venus, who you've put together in a tag team. You'll see the name. It will be explained once we get to actual TV shows. This is a gimmick that you're going to go forward with this lower mid-card comedy babyface tag team in a way, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's got. I don't know. I think I put them together because obviously they went over the months. I've put them together as like a singles, and they've done quite well. I've put them together. Yeah, you need that kind of a tag team division, don't you? Like kind of like comedy tag team, and you can do it. And also, we've obviously talked about you, and obviously are going to come up. The world's most wanted is don't take it too seriously. I've got a plan for it.
It's not a crime thing. It's a look at me, we're amazing type of thing. Let's see where it goes. La Resistance get the win. Rene Dupree with the Law Valley driver, or the I think there's a French tickler in there somewhere as well. But 51, solid.
It said if you put that on the main show, that wouldn't be out of place. It'd be good.
No. Okay. Also on the pre-show, Molly Holly got a win over Miss Jackie for a 47. Again, okay. Probably a little low for the main show, but Molly put in 56. That's the main thing. Yeah,
especially, I mean, just to, see what... I mean, Jacqueline said if you put against someone like Trish, you'd probably do a better score. But that 34 against Trish probably would be good. So it might give me more options with matches on the main show. So, but yeah, 47, pretty good.
Cool. Okay, main show kicks off with the World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Guerrero and Edge officially making it happen. I know they sort of agreed to a match, didn't they, last week with the Iron Man match? But I think we're making it official in a way now for a 99. Good start. Yeah,
that's right. It just seems to be with these guys. It just seems to be their score at the moment. I've noticed. I think they got 99 last week as well. It's just way they are, isn't it? But yes, this one's kind of a situation of Eddie comes out, kind of saying he's kind of. Obviously, as he said, kind of solidified the match, saying he's looking forward to this Iron Man match because you can finally prove that he's the better man, and he wants to push Edge to his limit because he obviously, again, we've put across they both respect each other, but they're just like it's like Edge wants something that he has, and that's all their rivalry is. It's nothing too malicious, but then that's all you need in wrestling sometimes. But yeah, and then Edge comes out, and I kind of like the idea that. The Iron Man's going to be at King of the Ring, but Edge still wants to kind of prove that because obviously Iron Man is the ultimate test of endurance. Who can last the longest? Who can get the most pins? Type situation.
Right. So
I like the idea that Edge comes out and say, "Well, yes, we can prove that in that match, but maybe the next 2 weeks going in, we can prove that in other matches." So see who's going to be the favourite. Because obviously Edge's basically mission, he wants to be better than Eddie Guerrero. He wants to show he's better than Eddie Guerrero. And he wants to... So when he beats him for that title, it proves that he's better than Eddie Guerrero type situation. And so what I've come up with an idea. It's not an idea that you'll be surprised to hear because I love these kind of matches. So I might be using them a bit too much. But the idea I was thinking of was a gauntlet match for both Eddie Guerrero and Edge. For next week, 2 weeks, where they go against just to prove who can. go against multiple opponents. Who can last the longest? Who can beat the most opponents? Kind of so it's kind of a one-upmanship type situation with these two. It's kind of what I'm setting up. So
okay. Let's see what happens with that next week. That should be interesting. Let's kick off the King of the Rings. Not kick it off, but continue the King of the Rings tournament. Rob Van Dam versus Scott Steiner. Please tell me there's only one winner.
I'm sorry, but I just when I saw this, I had to do it the way that I thought you would ruin your day. But
no. Listen, no. Van Dam beats Steiner. Of course he does. With it. What's the Van Dam? We changed this, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's it still doing there?
I don't know. I honestly think the game forgets again. We keep saying it. It's called a Van Daminator because he has a chair. Can't do that in a normal match.
This is the Van Terminator.
Is that it? It shows what I know about LVD finishes. I always thought it was just Frog Splash and Blind Thunder.
We need to change it again. We want him winning with a stunner. That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Well, as I said, you've got Austin as your manager, right? He's gonna certain aspects are gonna rub off on you. Similar to with in real life with Riddle and Randy Orton. He started using the RKO, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that if you got, and also stunners win matches normally win matches. Used to back in the day, but yeah. So obviously Scott Steiner was going to win. I'm not that so desperate to make to anger you that I would, put Scott Steiner to do like progress in the King of the Ring tournament. But yeah, for an 80, it's still good though. I mean, was it 89 there by Van Dam?
89 by Van Dam. Steiner brings it down a bit, but 80 4-star match. Yeah, why not? We'll have that.
To get that out of Scott Steiner as well.
Well played, Rob Van Dam. Okay, but after the match, it's not well played, Rob Van Dam, because after his camera-breaking antics, Mark Henry isn't done. 89, much better.
Yeah, basically, there was a reason for this. To be fair, because what it was why, especially Mark Henry just put like as we pointed out last week, he's just fuming about the Rikishi thing, and basically it's just he's a man, he's unhinged basically. So he's gone around basically, and obviously Scott Steiner being his partner, obviously no excuse to beat up another person. Obviously attacks RVD from behind, but he goes proper over the top, and he cuts strongest slam onto the announce table, and then he takes him, and then he starts slamming his knee into the steel steps. So basically, like, just kind of sets up something in the future. Just point out, but basically, he's gone too far this time. Mark Henry, he's obviously slammed him for the table. Now he might have smashed his knee, like he smashed his knee.
Yeah,
like,
a knee injury that's surely going to be a problem for Van Dam in the King of the Ring tournament, but also setting up maybe Mark Henry as a challenger for the US Championship. So a double-edged sword here.
Yeah, that's right. That was obviously that's not really a spoiler to anyone really. It's, but yeah, I mean, as I said, it's like Mark Henry's one of those people. If you want to do that kind of viciousness kind of storylines, he's perfect for it. It's kind of his whole MO, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of viciousness, and you could say Mark Henry is a hard man. Well, let's see if the Dudley Boys and the School of Hard Knocks can continue their thing with the second round of the Hard Man tournament in a way. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because obviously. The way it sounds is anyway. Yeah, so we go for the next one for that's actually really good actually. Very good actually. It's obviously because Rhino's in it because Rhino's just amazing. That's why.
I love Rhino.
Yeah, we all love Rhino. He's a fan favorite in real life and in game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point is there's nothing crazy. It's just obviously we've done the arm wrestle thing last week. Basically, obviously it's Rhino and Devon, and obviously Devon wins it that one. But it's basically like it's not. When I say hard man, it's like a lot of people would do like proper like over the top stuff. I think like I myself think this works, but then I think I like it obviously just kind of spoils what I've got planned for. It's like, but it escalates more. It starts off as a simple thing of like two guys, the kind of thing some people do. You see in films where they go to bar and they go try and do, arm wrestles to kind of show who's stronger. Mm-hmm. But then obviously because they're both competitive teams, it escalates into something it gets worse and worse or up the ante every week.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's one way to save tag team wrestling, that's for sure. But another man looking to save tag team wrestling is Mick Foley. Paul Heyman's not happy about it still. These guys don't even wrestle. What are we doing?
Two of the best talkers, to be fair, as we actually figured out last week, is that Mick Foley's gold. Any segment you put him in, He elevates it. You know, as you said, how do you get the score from that Mark Henry thing? Because you know why? Because mixing it. That's why. But yeah, for this one, it's just quite simple. It's Paul Heyman trying to do his job in the sense of he probably knows he's not going to get anything from Mick Foley. He's basically trying to do that thing where he's trying to talk his way into Mick Foley going, oh, okay, well, your opponent for the tag, your team's going to face these guys, right? They're trying to get the heads up so he can give his clients can have a bit more time to prepare, maybe. But obviously, as you would expect, Mick Foley's not having any of it. He's just basically not saying a word, and you just have to wait and see and find out who their opponent is when you get to the ring.
A game of cat and mouse between Heyman and Foley, which is quite fun. Let's see who they do face, though. It is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I'm just going to press next. We're not going to give it the big thing because there's a couple of things to reveal. So, tag title match gets 69, and the challengers are Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, simple one here. As you said, it would be Guerrero against Tank versus Billy Chuck would be a good match. I think it would be, obviously. But yeah, the way I've ended this is simple of the cheat. They basically do a thing with you could do a simple clean win, but I like the idea of who put the Chuck got the pin against that makes sense. Against Charlie Haas, basically does a roll up, but basically holds it does the roll up but holds the ropes.
Yeah.
So no one see the ref doesn't see it, so they cheat to win. But it shows obviously last week they kind of knew who their opponent because obviously they had the segment before, so they probably watched that and saw that. But this week they didn't see who they're going to face until literally when they start the match. So it makes sense that they resort to cheating tactics.
They found a way to win. Shelton put in a 77, by the way. Charlie Haas 65, not far behind now. These are coming together as a tag team quite nicely.
Yeah, I mean, especially with I was like, I need to do a bit more Charlie Haas single star as well, because obviously with him with Charlie Haas, he could have been really good as well, as a good technical wrestler, but he just never done anything with him. So, but maybe I can rectify that by trying to do something with him. But yeah, I like it. It's good.
Backstage, Chris Jericho cuts a promo on Christian for 98.
Jesus, these put this in the pot. My God, it's crazy, this one. Yeah, this one's like, as I said, I feel like downplayed with the score like that. You expect like the most epicest promo on the planet, but with this one, it's just simple. With kind of Chris Jericho. When you think about it, he's never won the King of the Ring. I don't think he's never won it.
No.
In general, so it's kind of and it's kind of like basically I've never won it, and it's one of these things that I want to put on my resume type thing. And also, it's been far too long since I faced for the world title. And also I get to beat my old friend, my person I despise in Christian, as well to get to on the road to that triumph. Yeah, that's a bonus for me. So yeah, it's just basically Jericho's basically like he intends to win it, and also it's a nice icing on the cake that it's Christian in the first round.
Jericho sets out his ambitions, but another man setting out his ambitions. The recently returning Kurt Angle for a 100. Your segments are working tonight. Stay out wrestling. This is a sports entertainment show tonight. Well,
I mean, ironically, it's the sports entertainers and Jericho's in it. So, just saying, there's a joke there somewhere. I can't think what it is, but yeah. So this one is basically, what has it been like? What's it, second week now? Yeah. So Kurt's back. Everyone's kind of asking the question, as everyone would ask. Where have you been for the last month? Because obviously he lost the match, the world title match or the qualification for it, and he just left. No one saw where he went. But then kind of Kurt comes in saying he needed time to refocus, prepare, get his head straight. But now he's back. He's on a mission, and he's got a mission to win the King of the Ring again. Because when he won King of the Ring last time, it rejuvenated. He basically catapulted his career. Let's be fair, it didn't it, in real life in 2000. So he understands that if he wins it again, maybe it can strike twice in that situation. But also he comes like it says, he gives a warning to everyone on that roster and in that tournament that this is not just a joking kind of soft touch Kurt Angle. This is a guy that is willing to break ankles and end careers if it means he gets to win, he gets where he wants to be and become world champion. So it's kind of, as we pointed out last week, it's more aggressive. So this Kurt Angle is a dangerous threat to anyone he faces.
Kurt Angle's back, and he's back with a bang. Backstage, CM Punk approaches Van Damme and Stone Cold for an 82.
Yep, love that.
I put Van Damme off screen, but just Punk and Austin together is good.
I mean, there's meta there. There's so much meta in the idea. A match we never got, wish we did.
We did on WWE 12.
Well, the famous promo, I got to be honest, I might watch back that promo back and forth, because that was very good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you'd do one of those if I wanted to, because Austin's do technically wrestling and all for. But if I wanted to be that guy, but anyway, yeah. But this is important. Obviously, RVD's like at the back. So he's in the medical, being treated for his leg. Obviously, it's probably shattered in 3 places. It's probably done. Well, that's the kind of thing I want to put across anyway. That it's like really bad.
Yeah,
right?
really bad. Maybe not shattered in 3 places, but yes, really bad. I give you that.
Well,
one.
you know Wesley, you know W. Like, I know it's a fault, but how many times did he make up these weird medical conditions?
I know, but you can't say it's shattered in 3 places and then he wrestles next week.
Well, yeah,
it's bad.
but...
It's bad. He's currently seeing. He's currently having consultations. That's what you can say. That's what they say, right? Get away with that one.
Something like that. I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but the point is, it's supposed to be bad. It's bad. Yeah. And then obviously you got just puts that Austin's like really up, not like up top, but like he's just sitting there at the back, like kind of outside the medical room, really concerned. And then obviously just CM Punk, obviously, assuming with that, obviously with RVD winning that match, he will face Punk, I think, in the next round. So he's kind of and obviously he's cocky in a way that's not justified for what he's done. He's just overly cocky, and he said he has no sympathies for what happened to RVD tonight. And he kind of puts across that Austin said he said to Austin, like, yeah, you picked RVD as your client. You should have picked me. Should have picked me as your client. And obviously just put across that Punk is like, next week I'm going to prove that I'm better than RVD. Should have picked me, and I'm going to win this tournament. Well, so basically, a cocky Punk. That, to be fair, is the better Punk.
I mean, that is one King of the Ring quarterfinal we know of for next week. Then CM Punk and Rob Van Dam.
Do you mean semi-final?
Semi-final of the Smackdown side, quarterfinal of the whole tournament. I think is the way we're going to have to.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
I just big match. Also a big match potentially for King of the Ring. Triple H and Lance Storm seem destined to go 1-on-1. Triple H cuts a promo, has a segment with Lance Storm here from 91.
Very good. Again, obviously it's Lance Storm that's getting those scores. Nothing to do with Triple H, of course. But because Lance Storm is the rising star on SmackDown. I
hate it so much. The rising star. Get out. Go. Carry on. Ridiculous. He's old at this point.
Yeah, but just oh god, I don't even want to layer that kind of how shameful that comment just is. I can't believe you just said that. But anyway, let's get on to the Raw. Actually, basically, as you expect, if you're annoyed with Lance Storm, so is Triple H. Type situation. He comes to the ring. He is absolutely tired of facing Lance Storm. He's tired of him getting in his business. He's tired of just basically everyone talking about him, snickering about him, that he beat him behind his back. He just wants to end this once and for all. But Triple H, obviously, he's been thinking, and he's been thinking of a match. With the last, I'm not saying it's the same level, but it's like a bitter feud. Made him think. Last time he had this kind of stuff, obviously with, he had this with Austin. Like, point out, I'm not comparing it or anything to level. I'm just saying Triple H despised Stone Cold Steve Austin as well as he despised Lance Storm, right? Mm-hmm. So the kind of idea I've got here is we're setting up that he wants to face Lance Storm one last time in a 3 stages of hell match.
Gee,
I know
stages of hell match for the pay-per-view.
I know what you're thinking. For Lance Storm, Triple H,
No, actually, I think you've built the storyline up to warrant it now. I can see it. It makes sense. Triple H, Lance Storm, 3 stages of hell at King of the Ring. That is one you don't want to miss. Wow.
No, the beautiful thing is I haven't even announced what both falls are going to be like, so I've even got that. So that's even more teasing as well. Brilliant. So, but yeah, 91. I mean, just the idea of Lance Storm and Triple H in the ring, they get 91. That wouldn't have been unthinkable months ago. So I'm loving it.
Okay, let's go to in-ring action. It's Lita against Ivory for a 56. Lita getting the win. Not bad at all. Lita obviously the better star with a 63. Ivory 40. At her part of her career now where she's at the tail end isn't terrible. 56. It's just a lower to mid-card sort of match on a TV show, and that's fine. Yeah,
and it's just to kind of set up, well, obviously, a segment afterwards. But yeah, 56. I said here, just hit a moonsault from the top. Yeah,
job
simple.
Done. Post-match, Ivory attacks Lita, but she's not alone as Jacqueline gets involved too, leading to the champ making her mark for a 56.
Yeah, this one's quite simple in the sense it's just like Lita helped Trish out last week. Trish helps Lita out this week. Obviously, we'll put across their friends, obviously, but again, it sets up it's the idea that she does that, but then I like the idea of Lita every time, like she looks at the title, because it's like, yeah, she appreciates her friend helping her, but it's obvious what Lita's mind is on, and it's that women's title. Because when you think about it, I don't think she's had it. Like I think I've done it right. She hasn't really had a proper shot at it on my save yet, anyway.
No.
So. But yeah, that's all it is, really. Like,
you know what? It's like there's a big pay-per-view around the corner. No, 56, fine. But it's not the only women's match tonight, because Jazz takes on Gail Kim, the battle of the former Aspire teammates for a 55. So a similar sort of level. Boosted this one. Gail Kim getting the win by submission. Yeah. Good stuff.
Exactly. It also proves the point that obviously Gail Kim is definitely on the rise. Especially exactly in the way I kind of like, because in real life, Gail Kim's probably one of the best women professional wrestlers ever, like one of the best.
Yeah.
But she never really got a shot in the big time. That's really sad because she's really amazing. So I'm as you're gonna guess, I'm trying to rectify that, trying to do something with Gail Kim. But yeah, as you pointed out last week, obviously Money Holly wants to take out Gail Kim, end it once for all. Seems to be a thing with all the heels at the moment. But I like and obviously Jazz wasn't happy that she had to go against us. So this match is not like a "you've betrayed me" kind of friend thing. It's more of a respect kind of wrestling match.
Okay.
Obviously it says submission, but I've put she hits a finisher. I don't know what that would be, but it doesn't matter in a sense. But yeah, I like the idea that she doesn't want to do it, but she still works for Molly Holly, so Jazz has to face her.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense to her actions. Obviously, what happens next?
Post-match, 44 needs a bit more star power, it says, but yeah, it is what it is. Happens sometimes.
Feel sorry for Victoria that basically it's an 04. She got star power.
She's still very early in her career at this point in 04, to be fair. So
debuted in 03, wasn't it? Yeah, something like that.
Tail end of 03, so she was still a new star really in this save. Okay,
so I guess we have an option to build some stuff up her. But yeah, this one's simple. It's just obviously Jazz attacks Gail Kim, but I like the idea of Jazz. I say maybe I should have put Molly Holly's at the top of the stage, giving that look, going, do it, but she doesn't want to. So she attacks Jazz. Jazz attacks Gail Kim, but then obviously Victoria, let's say she pushes Molly Holly from the top, and then she runs down for the save, and it kind of because obviously, as you said, I think I've put across and I made it clear. So obviously, Victoria and Gail Kim have kind of Victoria's got mutual respect for Gail Kim as well.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely see that. So building these little women's storylines quite well right now. I'm pretty impressed. Let's go backstage. Christian, the king of the promos, can he outdo Chris Jericho when talking about him? No, 85. He's lost his crown.
But 85 though.
It's good. It's good, but
I was going to use a really lame line and say it's good, but it's not quite Christian. It's a lame line. I had to say it, I'm sorry. But this one's kind of simple as well in a sense of Christian's basically saying he's finally gets to end the annoying state as Chris Jericho, and he can finally go out of his shadow. And I just thought of like when you think about it, Christian's kind of turn and decline or his road to darkness back in, was it 2001?
Mm-hmm.
All started because Edge won King of the Ring.
I mean, it's true.
So I like the idea that Christian's got, like, he wants to take out, because obviously he thinks he's under the shadow of Chris Jericho.
Mm.
So what's fitting that he can take out Chris Jericho and then finally win that tournament. That, I mean, that's put across that he still has resentment for Edge and his brother. If you want to go by, can just do brothers at this point, not best friends.
Right.
But I just like the idea that they bring that up.
Okay.
It's
Makes
like
sense.
he wants to win this so he still wants to outshine his brother, Edge.
His brother. Right, okay. Well, we'll hear. Main event time, Chris Jericho versus Christian one more time in the King of the Ring. Who goes through to the quarterfinals to face Kurt Angle? Let's find out. Main event gets 92. What a match.
Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping it would be. Obviously, ironically, it's like 77 by Christian, but that's a Jericho. I don't want to say carried it, but he done a lot of the work on it, I would say. This one's kind of simple of just a lot of, as you expect, it's a great match. A lot of their falls, putting everything into it. Let's do a situation we know where Jericho hits the line, so Christian kicks out. Christian hits the I'm prettier. Jericho kicks out. But I think I like the idea. Just like the walls of Jericho makes sense. Like he's sitting there, like let's do a situation where Chris Jericho works on his knee as well, so it makes it even more plausible that he taps out instead of just being a straight. Oh, the heel has to tap. So it looks like so in a way it protects his Christian because obviously he's like he done his knee in. So when you put a knee in, you kind of got a tap in you. But it's like does it end the feud? I don't know yet. I don't think so. But yeah, Chris Jericho winning here. That it would make sense because all the stuff that Christian had done to him. Yeah.
Well, big match, but main event. The big match has done well, but not quite done. Post-match segment for a 100, just to cap it off.
Yep. As you would think, obviously, we pointed out, obviously his next match is against not Jericho. He faced himself if he wants. Against Kurt Angle, and basically as you would expect, he comes from behind, attacks him, and hits an Angle slam on him, and then locks in the ankle lock. But then I like the idea that he's got the ankle lock in. But like when in a match when he's like he puts the legs around the leg, it's proper got it in type situation. I like the idea he does that and he's tapping and all that stuff, and it's like the officials have to pull him off, and it's like you can see it in Kurt Angle's eyes. Like this man is enraged. Like this man is dangerous. Like this is not a Kurt Angle of just he doesn't want to just win matches anymore. He wants to hurt people.
Okay.
So it ends with like the officials pulling him off, Jericho holding his knee. Would that be a factor? We don't know. But yeah, that ends the show.
Well, it's a good show. 91 to beat this week. I think you've done it. I'll be honest. I think you've done it.
I don't want to get too cocky because obviously you know how this game works. It might turn on me.
But I think you've done it. Let's find out. Will it make it 1-1 for the month? He does. 95. What a show that is, by the way. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been so long since I've got a win. It's so nice to finally get one again. But so it's not going to be a clean sweep this week, this month. So that's good.
This was definitely a sports entertainment show. Look, segment 99 there, 89 there, 99, 98, 100, 91. The main event was good with a 92, but the 100 again. Your segments carried you. That's a good show. That is a very good show. King of the Ring is in the balance now, 1-1. We may, if it finishes 2-2... You'll know your SmackDown superstar for King of the Ring. You'll know your Raw superstar for King of the Ring. And there probably will be a poll. And you guys will decide who wins King of the Ring. If we finish 2-2.
But
keep an eye out.
That's... Yes, but at the moment it's 1-1. I'm good. It's good to be back on anyways. It's probably because it's the first time in a long time that I've had a main event that's kind of got past the high 80s, 90s. So that's probably what's done it. Yeah, great. I mean, how many hundreds? Like hundreds, two, whatever. You got 99s, 98. It's just all the segments were working in this show. So, yeah, very happy. So, yes, that's some interesting stuff for next week's SmackDown. But yeah, cool, awesome. 95.
95, lovely. Okay, Smackdown wins the episode. I can't complain too much. It was a stellar show from Stu. 91 for me weren't bad, but I can't be that. That 95 is, fair play. Well done, well done. The Brock injury is a problem. It is a problem for anyone who's wondering. He is out for a year. A year. That's a problem. He will be out of the pay-per-view. We'll follow up on it next week on the next episode, but it's a problem for sure. And we'll have to see what we can do with that. If you like the video, drop a like on the channel, drop a like on the video, even subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with a whole lot more. AW Friday should be dropping your way if I've edited it in time, which I hope I have done. So let's enjoy everything that you can. Until next time, peace.